personally, business-wise, right? I can kind of get you in all the right places. I'm currently in school for my doctorate's degree. In 2 more years, I will be a doctor. So I practice what I preach. I get money. Not only do I get money in the corporate realm, I pulled in a couple dollars when I started this business out when I was really, really active. I slowed down the last couple of years and I'm back. But I think I made like $50,000 in like 3 or 4 years. Part-time, right? On my business. So, I'm just really good with money and money energy, and I like to share that. I have money attraction soap. I used to sell oils, but I really don't have a lot of time for that. And I'm also a boss in real life. I'm a leader in real life. I'm a manager for a Fortune 500 company, a department, and I lead, and I'm really good with talent, bringing good things out of people, skill set, abilities, really great at developing people. So I just do this all the way around. This is not just me pulling cards. The spiritual aspect helps, amplifies everything, because I feel like it's all tapped in. But yeah. All right, so who's next? Who did I say was going next? So I'm gonna pick somebody else on YouTube because all right, let me see. Wave Killer, did you ask a question? Here we go. Oh, wait. There's somebody before you. My bad. Hold on. Let me make sure I don't want to miss nobody. NC. What's coming next? What's coming up next for me in love? I got you. All right. What's coming up next for me in love? I got you. How many of you guys do your own readings? Like, how many do y'all just get readings from tarot readers on social media, or do you guys try to read for yourself sometimes? It's always good to just kind of flex that ability a little bit. You don't have to know everything, but I would always recommend to get like a oracle deck or something. Have some type of way where you can tap into your own intuition instead of relying on other people all the time. I love giving readings. I love what I do. But I also like to help people tap into their own ability, because we all have this. It's just a matter of kind of exercising it, finding out how your intuition speaks, right? And this question was, what's coming up next for me in love? All right, let's go. The only thing I don't like about these intuition cards is that the name of the card and the information is on the back, and like the picture's on the front. So like you can't, like there's no guessing what it is, because, well, the picture, unless you don't know the name of the pictures. But I don't know. I don't know if I like it like that, because I feel like I'm inclined to kind of pre-pick her. I don't know. It's weird. All right, cool. These are cool. And then let me see. All right. So this question is for NC. What's coming up next for me in love? All right. So we've got 2 intuition cards, as I've been pulling for everybody. And this is the Tamer. The Tamer. Affirmation. I believe my cause to be just, without anger at those who disagree. I believe my cause to be just, without anger at those who disagree. So before I even read into that, I just want to put my own thing in there. So this happens a lot, especially in relationships. This is what destroys relationships, whether they be romantic or just in general, working relationships, just building relationships with people, human beings, right? Remember that just because you don't like something, or you do like something, or you agree with something or you don't, doesn't mean that the other person has to. And it doesn't mean that you have to be hostile. It doesn't mean that it has to be a disagreement about something. You know, two people not liking something is not a grounds for a disagreement, right? Or to get defensive. And just kind of remember that. And that's just a matter of respecting people's boundaries. And just remembering that people are people that can't be controlled. You can't make somebody do what you want. You can't tell somebody to do what you want. Everybody has their own feelings, their own perception of things. And the only thing that you have control of is you. Okay? So this is coming up in love. So this is, if you don't have anybody, these may be things that you want to work on before that next person comes into your life, right? And then it says, when tempers flare, nothing useful gets accomplished. Our intuition becomes disconnected from our consciousness, which has been flooded by righteous indignation. We become ignorant when we ignore the truth of what is happening, which is that people think themselves justified in allowing their feelings to overcome their good judgment. Most anger arises in us when we feel deprived in some way. This jealousy can easily go from slow burn to raging fire if we add to feeling deprived also feeling that we have made a mistake, been caught in a lie, or otherwise disappointed ourselves and the people we care about. The best way to guard against allowing ourselves childish outbursts is to remember that the child within us still lives and can act out if we let it. We can believe that we are in the right without having to shout or intimidate or puff ourselves up like a frightened porcupine. The tamer is a reminder to tame ourselves before we start acting like a wounded animal, the most dangerous kind of animal there is. That's deep. So that's definitely some shadow work, right? We've got some patterns and behaviors that we want to get rid of before somebody romantically comes into our life, right? And then the next card was the farmer. And this affirmation is, I enjoy being of service to those who deserve it. You reap what you sow, right? What you invest your time into. When you do work that you love, you always want to do your best. All your energies get channeled into making your business an extension of you and what you love to do. A world of business built on a foundation of love is a noble goal and an attainable one. Those who love their work may also find that it gives them the opportunity to meet others who share their interests and passions. The psychological and material rewards you reap from fulfilling work are priceless. However, a career is not something you have to give your life to in total commitment. Service work may be a calling outside of your career. Sometimes one must put his or her own needs second to another for a time. Some people do this gladly, but if an imbalance goes on too long, or if the one providing the service is asked to do things that they're not willing to do, a relationship can become stuck. So 2 things that I take away from this is, number 1, you have to be willing to be submissive and humble to the person that you want in your life. So I don't know if that's more work or if you have issues with this. I don't know. Let me know. But definitely kind of tap into, what you're investing your time in. And then I lost the other train of thought. Oh my God, I lost it. No. Yeah, are they worth it? Are they worth it, and are you worth it? All right, so make sure that, you're being submissive to the significant other, or these are the things that you want to obtain in a relationship, how to be humble, submissive to your partner, and in turn the same to you, right? So the things that you put out are the things that you're going to get back, right? And, I got it. Doing things, but, only because you want something to return. So, it's transactional, right? So, if you do something for somebody, you feel like you should get that exact same thing back. And sometimes in relationships, it don't work like that. So if that's something that you experienced in the past, or you were putting in too much time and then the other person wasn't, look at the totality of the situations, what was the situations, but making sure that you're not doing things because you want the exact same thing back, or it's because it's transactional. Well, I did this for you, so you do this for me. Because your feelings are going to continue to be hurt because relationships are selfless, and sometimes you end up giving so much of yourself, and sometimes you're underappreciated, right? Sometimes there are times when both of y'all can take each other for granted, use each other as punching bags sometimes, or, emotional things, when things go wrong, or, you spend more money in this situation, or, you have time to do this and the other person doesn't. So just be careful and be wary on making everything transactional, okay, for any future relationships. And so then we have the Seven of Cups, the Hermit, and Ace of Discs. So it's further explaining. So seven of Cups. So I feel like maybe you were in a past relationship where you thought it could be worse, and then you thought it could be better, and it actually ended up being worse. So I feel like that happened in the past, in maybe one or a few relationships, where you literally left the person, and the next person that you got with was like worse than that previous person. All right. And so this card is telling us that the grass is not greener on the other side. All right. So it's telling us that maybe you have to put in more effort. You and the other person, or your next relationship, you got to put in more effort. Right. And maybe that person wasn't that bad after all. Maybe when we learn how to be grateful for what we have, and really understand and look at the reality of our relationships. A lot of people are not out here connecting anymore. Relationships are strained because of social media. Everybody's flexing, capping, all these new words. Everybody trying to be this, be that. Nobody wants to be real or authentic, right? So it's creating a lot of barriers in 2022 as far as like trying to find your person. And then we have the Hermit, right? So just more self-reflection needs to be done on your end before you can attract what you want. In order to attract something, you have to put off a certain type energy or frequency. So if you still have low vibration within yourself, how are you going to attract the things that you want? Does the vibration match? What you're putting out, does it match what you want back? So there's some work that needs to be done. And then Ace of Discs. So, and this is telling us that once we start doing this work, the shadow work, we start understanding that maybe we dropped the ball, we fumbled the bag and had what was good in the past, and we gave it up for something worse because we didn't appreciate what we have. It happens, right? Start accepting things. Don't beat yourself up. And now you experienced it, so you know what you want and don't want because of those past relationships. And you know what you bring to the table and what you need to work on and what you expect from your partner. All right? And so once that happens, then the opportunity will happen in real time. This is the Ace of Discs. It'll happen in real time. And so I would say, to be honest, this is the winner card. This is the last card. I would say between now and next, I would say a year, right? If you really put in work, if you really do shadow work, just really focus on you and bettering yourself and being positive and just out here completing goals and exercising and all the things that you need to do. Setting boundaries, creating boundaries, maintaining boundaries, respecting boundaries. When you work on bettering yourself, that person's going to show right up. And everything's going to go from there. So I'm going to say about a year. All right. And then give me some ones. Drop some ones if you felt that. And let me hop over to Instagram real quick. I'm glad that resonated with you. So who was next? I think it was Miss Lids. I don't know if you're still there, but I'm going to go back to your question, my love. Let's see. She's used to the TikTok live readers. Yeah, they be wilding. I do often sometimes. I do my own sometimes for practice. I haven't worked on terribly. Okay. Wait, where's the question? Hold on, I gotta go back. Miss Lids. I want something in general. What's there from me? Okay, Miss Lids, if you're not here, this is gonna be for the replay, y'all. For those of y'all that couldn't stick around. And then once I do Miss Lids, I'm gonna hop back over here to YouTube, okay? And it looks like Wave Killer. Oh wait, just me and then Wave Killer, okay? So Appreciate y'all being patient. And if you want to bump up, you know what I'm saying, and don't have to wait, donate via Cash App, or if you're on Instagram, support me with a badge, and that'll definitely get you bumped up, okay? On the waiting list. So let me shuffle these up. And Miss Liz